The Texans getting ready for maybe their toughest task of the season to this point, a matchup with the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field on Sunday. Some midweek takeaways to get you ready for Sunday's matchup based off some of the things the Texans had to say about this game with the Packers. Bringing them to you thanks to my friends at Platinum AC and Heating. Call my guy Dwyane at Platinum AC and Heating today. 832-777-3683 is the number. Get your exclusive viewer price on year-round preventative maintenance for your air conditioner. With the cooler weather, it's the perfect time to work on the AC. It was the perfect time to get to work for the Texans as they get ready to take on the Green Bay Packers, and a badass is incoming. Not what I think about Denico Autry. That's what the general manager thinks about Denico Autry. The Texans getting Denico Autry on the practice field for the first time in the 2024 season. He's done with his performance-enhancing drug violation suspension. So he's back out there. He'll make his season debut on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. And I mentioned it. General Manager Nick Caserio said not only is Denico Autry a badass, not only is he the type of guy that you would take into an alley brawl with you, he's also just a bad MFer. And, well, Nick Caserio is right. When you look at what Denico Autry has been able to do on the football field over the past 3 seasons, he is, well, just exactly what Nick Caserio talked about. Only 19 players in football have more sacks over the past 3 seasons than Denico Autry, who checks in at 19.5 over the past 3. The Texans made a significant investment in him this past offseason, $10 million per year for 2 seasons for the 34-year-old defensive end. Now, I called him a defensive end, but he'll drop down into that defensive tackle spot every now and then to give you a little extra boost on some of those pass rush downs, but he's not a one-for-one replacement for Mario Edwards. He'll be a super sub at defensive end for this Texans team, and I'm really excited to see what Autry can bring to the table. Not only did Nick Caserio speak highly of him, but so did D'Amico Ryans this offseason about what Autry brings to the table. He was the most disruptive and most effective defensive lineman that the Titans had over the past 3 seasons. More disruptive and more effective even than Jeffrey Simmons, their star defensive tackle there in Tennessee. And now he's set to make his debut for the Texans on Sunday. Now, I tell you all those things about Denico Autry being a big, bad guy and getting ready to tear the head off of Jordan Love and rip him apart. I tell you all that to tell you that Will Anderson really, really likes playing with Denico Autry, who he calls his big brother.
I think out of everybody in the D-line room, for real, like I really look at him as a big brother. Like I think we just have that relationship now. Like he was quiet when he first got here, like mean mug, everything. But like the more I started picking on, messing with him, he opened up a little bit, man. But it's great having him here, man. Like I told him I was watching his highlights because I think he celebrated until I watched his highlights and I seen him jumping up and down and it got me ready to play with him, man. But he's gonna bring something different, like just his physical player style, his relentless effort to get to the quarterback, even on the edge inside. Teams have to account for him everywhere, and it's gonna give us a really good change-up when he gets back.
As you saw there, Will was all smiles talking about his teammate who's set to make his debut. Jordan Love will not be all smiles if Denico Autry is what the Texans hope he can be. So you start to think about this defensive end rotation that has Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, and now Denico Autry, and then Derek Barnett, and you get the defensive tackles involved, and you start to think about, man, this defensive line really is going to be the engine of this defense and make it go. And that's good because the D-line is going to need to be excellent on Sunday because of some concerns there about the linebacker spot. I like to call them the linebacker-ups, okay? Linebacker, backup, linebacker-ups. Forgive me if you don't love that, but the linebacker-ups could be pressed into action here on Sunday. Azeez Al-Shaair and Henry To'o did not practice on Wednesday. Al-Shaair is dealing with a knee injury, and Henry To'o is in the concussion protocol. Well, To'o missed 2 games last year with the concussion, so I don't believe he's got a shot to play on Sunday. It's just too difficult to pass the concussion protocol in time. Al-Shaair's tough as nails. He's probably got a little bit more of a shot, but you got to protect the guy from himself for the rest of the season. He's a super important piece to this Texans team. and you can't afford to press him into action before he's ready and have him miss an extended period of time there at the linebacker spot. So if he's not 80%, 90%, you may not want to put him on the field. And that turns to the linebacker ups. That'd be Neville Hewitt and Jake Hansen. What does Denico Ryans think about those two guys if they're pressed into action?
Neville and Jake they've been here with us for a while. They've gotten a lot of reps. They know how we play. They know what to expect. They know how to communicate. So it's nothing new to them. If they have to go out and get snaps, feel confident in those guys being able to step up and help us.
Now, for whatever it's worth to you, it's worth a little bit to me. I thought Jake Hansen and Neville Hewitt played really well at linebacker in the preseason. Now, that was against the Texans backups. That was against other teams' backups. So take that for what it's worth. It's not everything, but it's not nothing at the same time as well. I do get a little concerned about what these linebackers are going to have to deal with. It would have been much easier to deal with, say, the New England Patriots with the linebacker ups in there instead of this Green Bay Packers team, which has an explosive offense, both through the air and on the ground. They can really get after you. They'll attack the middle of the field. It's not going to be easy if it is indeed two backups. And Denico Ryans mentioned communication, the ability to speak to the players on the field, the green dot that's on the back of the helmet, that had been Azeez Al-Shire. So they're going to have a new communicator of what the defense needs to do. And one of the things that I felt like was so important for Azeez Al-Shire is he's got experience in this system, playing linebacker in this system. So there was a lot of helping out, helping everybody navigate. This guy's supposed to be here. This guy's supposed to be there. I don't know that you can totally count on that from Neville Hewitt and Jake Hansen when they are in there. So that's a tough situation for the Texans to be in, and it could really cool off some of the success that this defense has had, especially against a red-hot Green Bay Packers team. Hot, cold, I always think about the AC when I start getting this great weather and how I don't have to run the AC. And actually, it'd be the perfect time for you to get your AC worked on if there's any sort of issues. Platinum AC and Heating is here for you. My guy, Dwyane, is the best in town. 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau, 5-star rated on Google and Yelp. And he's going to give you an exclusive price on the year-round preventative maintenance. It's the perfect time of year to start that year-round preventative maintenance. Give you a little checkup, gets you on the schedule for the rest of the year, so your AC is always running its best, always running efficiently, and it's saving you money as well. Because if that AC has to work harder, that costs you more in energy bills, and then it just kind of stacks up. Save you some money by not only getting the year-round checkup, but calling Dwyane today at Platinum AC and Heating, 832-777-3683. It's 832-777-3683. Tell them Cody Stoots sent you and get that exclusive pricing on year-round preventative maintenance for your air conditioner. So check out my friends at Platinum AC and Heating. These linebackers, we talked about it going against this Green Bay Packers offense. It's a tough task. It's a really tough task because you need experience against the Green Bay Packers, and you need experience on the field dealing with some of the extra, the window dressing, the motion that the Packers put in there. They create a little bit of pre-snap chaos that the defense has to deal with, and Denico Ryans explained what makes that so difficult to handle when you are a defender.
Matt's a really, really good coach, really bright coach. He does a really good job of just creating a lot of chaos when it comes to the pre-snap, and that's where I think they gain a huge advantage. You talk about the motions, the snap points, and just being able to have many various plays, whether it's a run game or in the passing game. Just he really makes you work as a defense to communicate pre-snap, makes you work post-snap to really know who you're matching in coverage. So it's a very difficult offense, right, to defend because of so much movement, and Matt has done a good job with that. His entire career, Matt has been the head coach there in Green Bay. He's had a top offense, and those guys have been in the playoffs, so it's a credit to him and the work that he's done.
So now you start to see how the linebackers could be a little bit of a problem. Not from a talent standpoint. Neville Hewitt's fast. He can go make tackles. Same with Jake Hansen. But they haven't seen it a lot. Neville Hewitt hasn't played a lot of linebacker while he's been here in Houston. He hasn't played hardly at all in this system. Jake Hansen, same thing. They haven't played a lot of linebacker on the field, seen a lot of motions and movements and all the different things that Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers are going to throw at them. So a lack of experience in addition to a lack of talent, that's a big disadvantage for the Texans if they have to go with Neville Hewitt and Jake Hansen, because it just, you haven't seen it that much. It's going to be a lot less of, oh, I know what's happening. I can just kind of muscle memory into what I need to do. Going to have to be some reading and reacting. That slows you down a little bit, and that may be all the Packers need to get going on offense over the middle of the field. So the linebackers, again, this is all kind of built on itself, from the defensive linemen to the linebackers, maybe being the linebacker ups, to then the motion that you got to deal with, the stuff that you may not see in the preseason when you're actually playing linebacker and you haven't seen on the field because you haven't been playing linebacker for the Texans this season. It all becomes pretty difficult. And then on top of all that, the hammer that is Josh Jacobs. Man, Josh Jacobs has been a nice pickup for the Green Bay Packers. I know there were some Packers fans that were disappointed they moved on from Aaron Jones, but Josh Jacobs has picked up where Aaron Jones left off, and Jacobs has been pretty darn good. They're going to try to run the football. They want to run the football. Jacobs has been a nice addition. I mean, just listen to Denico Ryan's talk about him and what he brings to the table.
Adding Jacobs has been, I think it's been a nice addition for them. I know Matt wants to run the football. That's where they want to thrive. That's where they want to live. First things first, they want to establish a run game and run it as much as they can. And so with Jacobs, he's a strong, powerful runner, great contact balance. One guy doesn't take him down a lot. So it has to be a collective effort from our defense, or backside guys, everybody getting off of blocks, closing, and we have to swarm and corral Jacobs because he's such a tough runner.
All the things Denico Ryan's mentioned seems like a little bit of a challenge for the linebacker ups. Josh Jacobs, the fourth leading rusher in the NFL right now. He's only got a touchdown to his name. No big touchdown performances, but the yards are there, setting up Green Bay in the red zone to get to those impressive wide receivers that they have. But if you could make Green Bay a little one-dimensional, not let them get some easy stuff, maybe, just maybe, the defensive line with Denico Autry now as an option there on the defensive line could tee off on Jordan Love, disrupt some things. This is a real good Green Bay Packers offensive line. They do not allow a tremendous amount of sacks. Jordan Love has not been sacked a bunch this year. You're going to need to get to Jordan Love, pressure him, and even get to him and get some sacks as well to really take care of business as a defense against this Green Bay Packers team. It would be easier to do that if it's second and long, third and long. It's a lot harder to do that when it's second and short, third and short, because Josh Jacobs took care of business on first or second down against this Texans team. He's really talented. Got to slow him down to get this thing going on Sunday defensively for the Texans. What say you? You worried about the linebacker ups? Do you like the term linebacker ups? You worried about Josh Jacobs? Comment section. That's where we want you to get in on the action. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out Platinum AC and Heating. Give my guy Dwyane a call to get that special price on the year-round preventative maintenance. And also in the description, Prize Picks. Get signed up for Prize Picks, the best and easiest way to play daily fantasy. And let's put one together for Thursday night. And we got to do something fun here over on Prize Picks. Look at this. Basketball season's right around the corner. A 99% discount on a stat prediction for Anthony Edwards, more or less than 0.5 points. We're going to do more. Then we're going over to the NFL. We're going over to rushing and receiving touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, you say tomato, I say tomato. How about this? 5 to get us 15 and get us going into the weekend. Well, we'll get paid next week when Anthony Edwards does his business, but that'll be a nice little thing that we could sit on. That's how easy it is. And that Anthony Edwards, 99% discount on his stat, it's available for you on Prize Picks. So think about that. You just got to get an Alvin Kamara touchdown. You're going to win $15. And then when you play your first 5, which we just showed you right there how you can play 5, you're going to get $50 in bonus right away. It's that easy. Code Stoots, STOOTS, the link in the description down below. Get signed up for Prize Picks. best and easiest way to play daily fantasy basketball, hockey, baseball, football, all the sports right there on Prize Picks. They're the best in the biz when it comes to daily fantasy. Oh, this is where I end the video. We just finished talking about Prize Picks. Let's finish this sucker up. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And can't wait until we talk Texans again soon. Talk to you on SNL Thursday morning or Friday afternoon, whenever you're watching the video. Thanks.